Okay, for exercise 1, so once you've got the project open, you'll notice you've got 2 insertion points. We're going to focus at the one at the bottom. So this first exercise, if we open up the exercise example, it's how to use an online resource to generate blocks that we might use from day to day for drafting, so for people, trees, cars, people. Sometimes you don't want to use 3D objects, you want to use 2D objects very quickly to populate a scene. Okay. Please note that 3D objects do come with a bit of caveat. They make the models very heavy, so sometimes if we're producing drawings, rather stick to 2D objects. Okay, so there's a great drawing resource called Pimp My Drawings. Okay, if you go to Pimp My Drawings, some of these are free. This is where I got this object from. So if you go to people, for example, you'll notice it gives you a series of these images. You can go and create your own library, by the way. And if you go to download, you'll see it gives you options to download these. You can simply download them and use them. Okay, so you can simply download these that you need. You get trees. Okay, so there's a lot of resources here that we can use, but I'm just highlighting that you can use DWGs or other project types in your drawings to create blocks or groups or objects. Okay, so our first exercise will be to create this person. Okay, straightforward. So once you're in Archicad and you're in right environment, the first thing you need to do is go and import or load a DWG file. Okay, so if you go to desktop and you go to workshop 2, this is the information we downloaded. You can simply drag and drop it, so that's one option. Okay, so that does work. Alternatively, what you'll need to do is you'll need to go and say external content, and you'll need to place external drawing. Okay, so you'll need to go and place external drawing, workshop 2, press open. Now this is very important. Sometimes if you don't use AutoCAD, you might have to guess what the scale is. I know what scale this was, so I'm going to say 1 meter. So typically if you're going to use surveyor's drawings, they will come in as meters. So you'll have to specify at 1 meter. Okay, but for now we're just going to say 1 millimeter, and I'm going to say place. Okay, so what it'll do, it'll place the object in your file, and it preserves the layers that were used in the AutoCAD file itself. So you see you've got like a purple line for the outline, you've got a blue line for the internal information. So we need to rework this drawing to work with the way we would like to work. You can use this drag function, Control D. If you don't have some of these toolbars, please go and have a look at what I have active. You can add a lot more, by the way, totally up to you. But if you're selecting an object, okay, so if you click on an object, you click on the corner, you can use this option to drag as well. So that will drag the object, and we're just trying to drag the object to match more or less somewhere in the middle. Okay, you can just use this option as well, or Control D, drag. You can then select a bit of line works. If I pick that point there, from there to there maybe. Okay, so just try and get this object more or less where the feet are on this mark. Okay. Now there is another option when you're selecting drawings. You can have this enabled sometimes to select things automatically. I find that quite annoying, so I switched it off. But if you hover on your space bar, so while you're selecting on something, if you hold shift down or space bar will enable this automatic function, by the way. So if you hold space bar down and then select an object, it will also select an object as well. Okay, so straightforward. Now because this is a length file, if you right click on it, we just have to increase the box. I've noticed if you explode them like this, you don't get all the information because it's very close to the bounds. So what you need to do is you need to click on one of these grips, and you need to adjust the frame. So what you need to do is just make the frame slightly larger than the imported object. Then you can select an object. You just need to explode this to make it part of the object. So you can click explode here, or you can right click and say explode in current view. Now what it'll do is you're just going to say keep. So you're going to untick that because you want to remove the original objects, and you just want to use layers within the project. Great. So what this has done now, it's embedded this information into a series of splines and polylines. It depends how it was created in AutoCAD. So sometimes you're lucky everything's a polyline, but for now we're lucky that a lot of these objects are on polylines. Now we need to make this work for our drawing. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to select all the line work. Just like this. I'm going to hold shift down and I'm going to unselect the boundary. The internal lines, I want you to set them to pen number 142, but this pen number is one hatch line. They're just very thin and the line weight's very thin. The perimeter, I'm going to change those as well. Again, in my drafting section, in these drafting line types that we use, I'm going to make it outline. So it'll be pen, so that'll be pen 2. Okay, so it's set to the correct color. Now if I zoom in, you see there's a nice contrast in line weights between the outline and the internal information. Now we've got one last information that we need to do. I need to apply a fill color. Now, generally with fill colors, what you need to do, you can make this any fill you want. And I'm going to switch off solid. I don't want it to create a solid outline for now. I'll explain why. Foreground. So in the foreground pattern, that's fine. You're going to make this a full color, doesn't matter. Now, for this pattern, for the color, you want to use this. So for color, I want to use this color 2. So this background color 2 as my fill object. And here you just wanted to use foreground. Okay, it just means it's going to fill this information with that foreground color. Now, with the command active and you press the space bar, it will automatically find the boundaries. Now, it's put a fill which has no outline. So if you do activate an outline, it will give it an outline. We don't want that on because we've got line work that we can use. The only thing you need to do now is send this to the back. So this works in draw orders. So if you right click on this object, so you just tab until you select the fill type, not polyline, select fill, right click, draw order, you want to send all of this to the back. Okay, so send to back. So just hover on that again, right click. So draw order, so you must just say send to back. There we go. So now what it's done is it's sent all of this information to the background. Now you can see this hatch is looking exactly as per the example. Now we've got one last thing to do, so we need to select everything again. Okay, just note that this line work is always locked. It's on a lock layer for now, so you won't be able to use it. Now that I've got everything selected, the last thing we need to do is make this into an object that we can use. Okay, you're going to have to download these objects and upload them to a folder as well. Okay, so you just follow the steps, you download this information to where you're working, and then you simply upload all of these files again once you've saved them to the correct library. Okay, so in order to use this information again and again, you'll notice this is not going to be intuitive to use. You can make it a group, but it comes with catches. So we need to make this, we need to convert this into an object. Okay, so I need to make this information, I need to convert it into an object. So an object tool means that we can use it again, and again. Okay, so in order to make this an object, you need to go to File, Libraries and Objects. I'm going to say Save As. So I'm going to go Save As Object. So what it'll do, it'll take all of that information that I'm seeing here, and it's going to make an object for me. Now, before you embed it in your library, so you can load other libraries, you can browse and save this somewhere else as an external library, but for now just embed this information into your own project library, then I'll show you how you can export this stuff as you work. Just try and keep the embedded library light, because the more information you add to this, the heavier the drawing will become. So I'm just going to add a new folder. I'm going to call this 2D items. Okay, 2D items, I'm going to say create. Now in the 2D items, you need to give this object a name. I'm just going to call this person. You can call it person 1, because if you're going to create more of these, this is how you'll make it work. Press save. So now you'll see that everything that was selected, you can go and change this if you need to change it on the fly. Totally up to you, but for now I'm just going to say OK. Now I'm going to get rid of all of this information. I don't need this information anymore. Okay, so now with that information gone, what I can do now is go to Objects and go to Objects, and you see, if I click here now, if I go to 2D items in my library, embedded library, 2D person, I can go and change where I want this person. You can change the degrees, relative, so you can go and change a whole bunch of information here. So I'm just going to say relative to this corner for now. Okay, don't worry about this absolute, none of that. You can go and change the size, you can go and change fills. So there's a lot you can go and change. but I'm going to leave it exactly as it is, and I'm going to drop it into the model just on that. Okay, so I hadn't changed the snap point, so let me just do that again. Remember, spacebar, select, delete, just go there again. So add object, go to objects. Now I just want to change that to there. Press OK. Now if I click over here, you'll notice it adds this object. Now all you need to do, select the object, so go to the select command, select the object and nudge it as close to the middle as possible. Okay. Now if we go back to an object and we go objects and we click on the object tool, in libraries, if we go and say open library manager, what I want you to do is go to embedded library 2D items. I want to please export this. You'll need to upload this to a link provided, so you'll need to download this. So you can simply go and save as. I'm going to put this onto my desktop in my workshop folder. So let's just go to desktop. So wherever you're working, save this person and you're going to export this. You're all going to upload your, so part of the requirements is to upload this file. Okay, so please remember to upload this file. Press OK. So all that I've done, I've kept a copy. So if you ever want to use this person again, you're starting to build a library of information that you can use again and again and again. You can see here, it's 100 kilobytes. So imagine a lot of these objects in your model, it starts getting quite heavy. Okay, so we've got our person, and that will be it for exercise 1. Please remember to upload your file. Thank you.